Hi guys, today I'd like to show you our contour and highlight palette by Youngblood Cosmetics again. My favorite line, as we all know. This is the line that I choose to carry on our online shop and in our store in Vancouver. I absolutely love this line and I love this palette. I use this for myself and I also use it in my professional kit too. All of the colors are completely matte, which I find is wonderful for contour. I don't like to have a shimmery contour. I like my contour to be matte. No glow, no glitter. And so as you can see, I've got my favorite colors here. But this is wonderful for me to keep in my professional kit because it really does have a color palette for almost everyone. And for me, if it's a day wear, I like to go with a lighter, more subtle contour. And if it's evening, I've got my darker one there too. Now with the highlights, I personally do like a glowing highlight, so I don't tend to use these too much. If anything, I'll use them as setting powders where I want a little bit of extra coverage. And again, they're wonderful because they have different undertones. We've got pink, we've got more orange, and we've got more yellow undertones here. And you can also use all of these for eyeshadows too. Remember, any powder that you ever have, whether it's a blush, contour, highlight, if it's a powder, it can be many different things. So my favorite type of brush for this is a fan brush. I do not currently have one of these on our website, but maybe I will get one. And I like it because it really cups the cheekbones underneath here. So I'm gonna dabble into these two colors here. And I'm going to start going back and forth, up and down a little bit, just to buff my contour and slim out my face. Love it. And I love this brush because I can then also go underneath my jawbone here, take it up a little here, and also on my forehead subtly too. My foundation color is a little bit light for me right now. I could do with going up to shade neutral. This foundation shade is Ivory. And again here on the other side. And again, the contour colors are great because they have different undertones too. We've got like the more yellow undertone, we've got a very ashy undertone here, good for fair skin, that one. And then we have one that's much warmer for someone who is a little bit more tanned or just likes more contour, like me. You can also use them as bronzer too and pop them all over your face. And you can also use them for a nose contour. I like a subtle nose contour, but if you like one stronger, you can use a smaller brush. So if you are a person who gets particularly oily, rather than using a shimmery highlight, you can actually use the matte highlight. More subtle, but not everybody likes shimmery. It's also good for controlling the T-zone too. Perfect. So you can also use this palette to contour your eyes too, which is a wonderful everyday makeup that you can do. For eyeshadows, for contouring eyes, I like to use fluffy, round, fluffy brushes. So you could use any one of these, but just to show you on camera something that actually really shows up, I'm gonna use the darker one. And I'm just going to go into the crease of my eye using the same palette here. Back and forth motions. And it just adds a little something to the eyes. You can also take it down and underneath too. And just have a really subtle eyeshadow. And for me, I absolutely love this palette because I like to travel, at least I did like to travel when we were allowed to travel. And for me, being able to carry just this palette for my eyeshadow is so great. I love it. I could carry this palette and maybe one loose one with a little shimmer or something. It is so easy.